Comparison. The thing that was meant to spark motivation via role models and admiration, with the rise of social media, quickly started doing the exact opposite, by turning into an addictive, vicious cycle, depriving us of self-worth and recognition. With every scroll, we see people online achieving our goals, living the perfect life we could, as of now, only dream of. It isn't motivating anymore. It's frustrating. It kills any form of joy you gain from a small success because somebody else had a bigger, better one. And it leaves you with self-doubt and genuine stress. You feel as if you're constantly chasing, but never catching up. You're so distracted with other people's lives that you stop asking who you want to become and only wonder how far behind you are. This goes deeper than thief of joy. This is finding others, but losing yourself.
You know, maybe you're in California, see someone speeding down the road in a convertible Porsche, and you think, oh man, what a lucky bastard. And the truth of the matter is that he's thinking about wrapping his expensive sports car around the next cement pillar that he comes close to.
Our brain didn't invent comparison to torture us. Comparing upwards was meant to be a way of growing. If somebody has something that we want, it makes sense to implement their ways of getting there into our journey. It was never just, compared to them, I'm terrible, but much more, how did they get to where I want to be? So by default, comparison was never a bad thing. But then came social media. Everywhere, people smiling, growing, succeeding, seeming to live the dream life, the very life that you want. But the thing is, now it's not just one role model you're looking up to and learning from, but hundreds of people who all seem to be doing better than you, and who you ain't learning shit from, because all you see is a 30-sec reel filled with smiles, giggles and Ferraris, and no practical tips you could apply to your own growth. And with that, the thing that made upward comparison productive fades away, and what you're left with is a declining self-esteem, anxiety and stress. It's just unfathomable. You're doing everything you can. Why is that never enough? How can I be as happy as all these people on my feed? Well, you can't, because what you're comparing yourself to was never real in the first place. It was all a lie. You see, every time you're comparing yourself to someone on the internet, you take into account your whole life with every flaw, mistake and personality trait that you have. But the person you're comparing all of this to is only showing you a highlight reel of their life, a best of, an illusion. You only see what they choose to show you. And although you might feel jealous or inferior, something about this makes you addicted, and that something is your ego. You're most likely not where you want to be in life. You're working on something, and you're working hard, but so far, you haven't really achieved much. And this constant state of longing for something you don't yet have builds up quite necessary but tense emotions like stress, anger, jealousy and so on. Now, your ego loves justification. It wants to know where emotions like that come from, so it will go out and try to find information to confirm the emotional state you're in, which is precisely what happens when you watch these lavish lifestyle reels. That feels validating, which makes it addictive, but it also makes you feel worse, and that is why this addiction to comparison is so dangerous. You basically become addicted to making yourself feel worse. Now, fixing this is really quite easy. The solution is, simply put, awareness. The main problem is that you don't even notice when you're comparing yourself to someone. From now on, try to make the act of comparing conscious, and then ask yourself, why am I comparing myself to this person? The answer will most likely be that they have something you want. Money, looks, traits, and so on. And then ask, is this comparison fair or complete? Now, if you're on social media, the answer is basically always no, because they're most likely not showing you the whole picture, but only the shiny parts. This sounds way too obvious, but just that tiny bit of awareness will make you understand that comparing yourself to these people online is just not fair. The only person that you should compare yourself to is the you of yesterday, to make sure that the you of tomorrow will be just a bit better.